So hello students. So last class we have studied about the primary time constant of transmission line. Then I have already explained you about the propagation constant, that is your gamma, attenuation constant alpha, and phase constant beta. After that we have seen about the equivalent circuit of transmission line, what are the application of transmission line and the types of transmission line. Then the condition of lossless transmission line. So in this case we will see the condition for distortionless transmission line. Distortionless means, as we have studied in your amplifier subject in analog electronics, that is if a signal, if you want to transmit a signal from source to load via your transmission line, then that transmission line, that the intermediate, that the medium, the transmission line should not change the shape of the signal. The transmission line should not change the shape of the signal. If the shape of the signal got changed, you end up getting message signal with some loss of information. You cannot able to retrieve the exact information sent from the source. So that's why this is very important parameter, distortionless. So your line must be distortionless in order to have faithful transmission of signal from source to load. So the condition for distortionless line is, distortion means change in the shape of the signal. So distortionless means there is no change in the shape of the signal when you transmit the signal from source to load. So in the last class I have drawn this equivalent circuit. So first we will see this equivalent circuit once again. This is the equivalent circuit for your transmission line. R, L and G and C. G here is conductance per unit length, C is the capacitance per unit length, L is the inductance per unit length, R is the resistance per unit length. Like that we have. So this is the equivalent circuit of a transmission line, and in this side we always connect your source, and source, a source is represented in Thevenin's equivalent circuit, that is your, suppose this is your Vs as a source and it has some internal resistance as Rs. Then we will have, here we have, this is your transmission line, and then we have your load. Load is represented here as RL or ZL, you can represent like that. So when the signal is propagating, that is through this circuit like this, it must reach at the load without any distortion. So what must be the condition for distortionless? So we can see here, this is your series branch and this is your parallel or shunt branch. So in your network theory you have studied about the time constant in RL circuit. The time constant in RL circuit is L by R, and the time constant in RC circuit is RC or G by C. G here is conductance. Conductance means R is equal to 1 by G. So RC, or we can write like that, C by G. C by G. So condition for distortionless is, condition is series branch, series branch is here, this is your series branch, time constant equal to shunt branch time constant. So this G is equal to 1 by R. G is equal to 1 by R. So the series branch time constant we have already studied in your network theory, that is your L by R must be equal to shunt branch time constant, that is equal to C by G. So this is the condition for distortionless transmission line. L by R must be equal to C by G, that is your series branch time constant must be equal to shunt branch time constant in order to have distortionless transmission line. So now we'll going to put this condition in your secondary time constant, that is your propagation constant as well as in your characteristic impedance. So now once again I am going to write the condition for your distortionless, that is L by R is equal to C by G. L by R is equal to C by G. So this is your condition for distortionless line. So for that case, what will be the effect on characteristic impedance? So you know the characteristic impedance formula is R plus J omega L divided by G plus J omega C root over. So now we need to take R as a common and G from here. So from the numerator I am taking R as a common. So you have 1 plus J omega L by R, and from the denominator I am taking G as a common. So G is equal to 1 plus J omega C by G. So now I can put L by R is equal to C by G. So L by R, C by G are equal, hence both the numerator are equal. So this is going to be cancel out, since L by R is equal to C by G. So what will be remaining? R by G. So your characteristic impedance Z0 is equal to R by G in case of distortionless transmission line. So in your question they will ask you like this type of R by G root over, R by G root over. So for distortionless line they will they write the statement like, for the distortion and transmission line the value of R is this much and the value of G is this much, then find the characteristic impedance. So what is the formula for distortion and transmission line? Z0 is equal to R by G root over. And then we need to calculate the propagation constant gamma. So propagation constant gamma is equal to what we have known. What is the formula? Generalized formula is R plus J omega L whole into G plus J omega C root over. So take R as a common. So 1 plus J omega L by R. Here G as a common, 1 plus J omega C by G root over. And you know L by R must be equal to C by G. So we have RG root over. Here I can put, this will becomes 1 by J omega L by R, or we can write that there C by G, since L by R is equal to C by G. L by R is equal to C by G. So RG is equal to RG root over 1 plus J omega L by R. This is the value of your gamma. This is the value of your gamma. Gamma is your secondary constant, that is your propagation constant. Z0 is also a secondary constant, that is your characteristics impedance. We can see there in distortionless line Z0 is also real. Real means there is no complex number involved in that. So next we'll see another important constant, that is your reflection coefficient. then we will study reflection coefficient, or before that we will see about another concept, sorry, input impedance of transmission line. Input impedance of lossless transmission line. Input impedance of lossless transmission line. So how to draw? So you can see here, again and again I am drawing this circuit. So this is your transmission line. So transmission line is having some length, obviously. From TV to antenna, you can see this is your transmission line. So there is some, this wire having some length. So that is denoted by L. And this is your source Vs, and this is source. So the impedance seen here is Zin, and the characteristic impedance is Z0. So Zin is the impedance seen from the source. What will be the impedance here? There is an imaginary impedance. So what will be the impedance seen here is denoted as input impedance Zin. So Zin is equal to, you need to remember this formula, Z0 ZL plus, ZL is your load impedance, Z0 is your characteristic impedance, and Zin is your input impedance. Z0 tan beta L divided by Z0 plus, one second, Z0 plus JZL tan beta. So this is the formula. So here L is the length of the transmission line. This is your length. So you need to remember this formula, as there is no derivation in your syllabus. So this input impedance formula is Z0. Z0 is your characteristic impedance. Z0 is your, characteristics impedance. ZL is your load impedance. ZL is your load impedance. And another term you have here find, that is your Zin. Zin means input impedance, impedance in from this side. So that is your Zin is equal to Z0 ZL plus JZ0 tan beta L divided by Z0 plus JZL tan beta L. This formula is valid only for lossless transmission line, where beta is the phase constant, L is the length of the transmission line, where L is the length of the transmission line, length of transmission line. So this is the input impedance you need to find. We will see when while solving some problem, we will have clarity what is the significance of this input impedance, why we are going to calculate this input impedance. We will see in the next class. So the next we will study about, so this is the formula for your input impedance. So for example, if they will ask you to calculate so this phase constant beta, always remember beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda. This is your another formula. Beta is 2 pi by lambda, and phase velocity Vp is omega by beta, which is nothing but 1 by LC root over, or you can write here 1 by LC root over. So this is known as your phase velocity, that is the speed at which your electric or voltage or current wave propagate. That is your phase velocity. This is your phase constant, and lambda is your wavelength. So these are the formula we should keep in mind. The next class we will solve some problem on this chapter translation line. So thank you.